Good afternoon, and welcome to the fifth match of the 2025 Okaloosa County High School Academic Tournament. This year, teams from 7 Okaloosa high schools will go head-to-head utilizing a double elimination tournament format. These standout students will be displaying their knowledge of math, science, history, fine arts, and literature with pop culture and more to determine our 2025 champion. I'm your host and moderator, Stella Versweivelt. Ms. Elisa Elsesser will serve as chief judge and make final decisions on all things official. Ms. Elsesser is a supervising engineer for the Investment Systems Engineering section in the 96 Range Group at Eglin Air Force Base. Her team supports the development and integration of new test support capabilities for the Eglin Test Range. She received a bachelor's degree in Industrial and Systems Engineering from the University of Florida and her master's degree in Engineering Management Systems Engineering from Auburn University. Ms. Carol Burnich, our interim district academic team coordinator, will serve as a timer and scorekeeper. Today's fifth match is between Crestview High School, coached by Ms. Kennedy, and Niceville High School, coached by Mr. Reichert. After this message from one of our schools, we'll be right back for the start of our match. Stay tuned. Welcome back. And now our team members will introduce themselves.
Caleb Williams, senior.
Natalie Starn, senior.
Max Stewart, senior.
Sam Bishop, freshman.
Morgan Harrington, senior.
Jacob Mills, senior.
Lily Settlemeyer, senior.
Cassandra Price, senior.
Okay, we'll get started with question number 1. Which of the inner planets has the greatest albedo?
Venus.
That is correct. Bonus question number 1. What unit that is equal to 10 angstroms is 1 billionth of a meter?
Nanometer.
That is correct. Bonus question number 2. Simplify the square root of 1 plus the square root of 9 plus the square root of 9/16.
Answer, Captain?
The answer is 4 3/4. 4 3/4. All right, question number 2. What number is at the apex of Pascal's triangle?
1.
Yes, that is correct. Bonus question number 1. What phrase indicates the force exerted by the atmosphere on a body that is attempting to pass through it?
Air resistance.
Atmosphere. Yeah, go there. Go with that.
Air resistance.
Yeah.
Air resistance.
That is correct. Bonus question number 2. Plasma, one of the 4 fundamental states of matter, consists of ions and what free subatomic particles?
Electrons. Yeah. Electrons.
That is also correct. Question number 3. These are chapter headings in what H.G. Wells' story? The Eve of the War, The Falling Star, The Cylinder Opens, The Heat Ray.
War of the Worlds.
Yes, that is correct. Bonus question number 1. What literary mood is used in these lyrics? Walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Go tell it on the mountain, don't let the rain come down, get me to the church on time.
Literary mood.
I don't know.
Nostalgia. Instruction.
Nostalgia.
No, it's imperative. imperative.
Oh, it's command.
Bonus question number 2. What pronoun is used in the objective case in this example? Although I loathed his every advance, whenever my bank account was getting low, there was never an occasion when I hesitated to send him an alluring invitation to dinner.
Who's my him?
What did she say? I think it's him.
Him, yeah.
Him?
Him. That is correct. Question number 4. These are varieties of what kind of mammal? Addax, steenbok, gazelle, sable.
Antelope?
Yes, that is correct. Bonus question number 1. Who created a character named Holden Caulfield?
Answer, Captain?
Charles Dickinson.
No, it's J.D. Salinger. Bonus question number 2. Who wrote The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Walter Mitty.
No, James Thurber wrote that. Okay. Question number 5. Paper and pencils ready. What is the slope of the line connecting the points 1, 2 and 3, 6?
2.
Yes, that is correct. Bonus question number 1. In what sport do participants call out a solution to the following? Cube root of 64.
Netball?
Netball.
No.
In what sport?
Answer, Captain?
Math bowl?
No. No, the cube root of 64 is 4, and that's called out in golf. Yeah, called out in golf. Bonus question number 2. In baseball, what is the name for the special procedures or regulations applying to a specific ballpark?
House rules?
Home rules? Something, I don't know.
Home
Field rules? I don't know. Home rules or house rules?
rules.
Answer, Captain?
Home rules?
No, it's ground rules.
Oh.
Ground rules. Question number 6. Who says this in 2001, A Space Odyssey? Here's the quote. I'm sorry, Dave, but in a...
Hal?
Yes, that is correct. Saved me from reading a really long paragraph. Thank you. All right, bonus question number 1. How were these British parliamentary acts collectively known to American colonists? Boston Port Act, Massachusetts Government Act, Administration of Justice Act, Quartering Act.
Is this intolerable acts?
Yeah.
Intolerable acts?
That is correct. Bonus question number 2. The Native American Osceola lived in a region that became what national park?
That's Everglades?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's the only one that's near like a native.
Yeah.
thing.
Gotcha. Everglades?
That is correct.
Good job, guys.
Question number 7. At about mile 18 to 20, most marathon runners feel they simply cannot go any further. Their reserves are gone, their strength is gone, they are nauseous, and their legs are in pain. What is the 3-word phrase for this point in a race?
The last leg.
Good guess, but that is not correct. Crestview?
Time.
Hitting the wall. Hitting the wall. All right, question number 8. What adjective describes a molecule of an element that consists of 2 atoms?
Diatomic?
That is correct. Bonus question number 1. The tube that connects the magma chamber with a volcanic vent is called a what?
Isn't it the magnitude?
Better than without
Better
that.
answer? Alright, let's go with the magma tube.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. The answer is pipe. Pipe. Bonus question number 2. The Aleutian Trench is at the northern border of which tectonic plate?
Should be the Pacific.
Go for it.
Oh, wait.
It would be.
All right, Pacific.
That is correct.
No, we should have asked.
All right, question number 9. This is an excerpt from a radio broadcast of what incident in 1937? The black motors of the ship are just holding it, just enough to keep it from, it's burst into flames, it's on fire, it's crashing, terrible.
The Heisenberg?
Can you repeat that?
The Heisenberg?
That is not correct.
The Hindenburg.
No, Jacob.
Yes, that is correct.
Is it?
Okay, bonus question number 1. This is a statement of what theorem? C squared equals A squared plus B squared.
Pythagorean.
Yeah. The Pythagorean theorem.
That is correct. Bonus question number 2. Quadrupling the radius of a circle multiplies the area by what?
16.
16 pi r squared, yeah. 16.
Answer, please, Captain.
16.
That is correct. Question number 10. Spell the name of the light theatrical entertainment popular at the turn of the 20th century, which consisted of a series of acts.
Vaudeville.
That is correct. Vaudeville. Very well. Bonus question number 1. What adjective indicates an object that is impenetrable by visible electromagnetic radiation?
Adjective.
Is that opaque?
Visible
That's right.
and
Visible.
electromagnetic.
Yeah, so opaque. No,
And-
visible. It's visible light, right?
Visible and electromagnetic
Captain.
radiation.
Opaque.
That is correct. Bonus question number 2. What handheld weapon is a simple machine called a two-armed spring?
A catapult? Or no, what's the little thing called? Slingshot.
Oh, slingshot.
That is not correct. The answer is a bow, as in bow and arrow.
End of the half.
All right, that's the end of our first half. We'll be right back with our halftime score. Welcome back. Our halftime score is Niceville High School 160, Crestview High School 25. Niceville has one substitute and she will introduce herself at this time.
Catherine McGregor, Jr.
Okay, we'll move on to question number 11. What term indicates forcing a person to leave his country or a person's choice to leave his country to escape punishment and persecution?
Fleeing.
That is not correct. Crestview, do you have an answer?
Refugee.
That is not correct. The answer is exile. Exile. All right, question number 12. What two-word idiom for someone who prefers to be by himself is reminiscent of a wild North American carnivore?
Lone wolf.
That is correct. Bonus number 1. Paper and pencils ready. Express the base 10 number 204 as a base 7 number.
It's visible. 204.
No, that is not correct. It's 411. Bonus question number 2. Evaluate 16 to the 3/2 power.
64.
Yeah. 64.
That is correct. All right, question number 13. This is about an incident in what future state. General Thomas Jessup requested a truce conference, but when Osceola complied, he was treacherously taken captive and died in prison less than 3 months later.
Dystopia.
That is not correct.
Florida?
Yes, that is correct. Florida. Bonus number 1. Orvis D. Plorvis was naturalized as a U.S. citizen 5 years ago. In how many years will he be eligible to run for the U.S. House of Representatives?
2 years.
Is it 2? I thought
I think 2 years.
Is
At
it
least.
I think it's 2.
Gotta be a
Okay.
citizen for 7.
2?
Yes, that is correct. Bonus number 2. What adjective describes U.S. cities that will not use municipal employees or resources to enforce federal immigration laws?
Sanctuary cities.
Sanctuary?
That is correct. Question number 14. In Animal Farm, Squealer announces the cutting of the food supply in this way. Quote, "For the time being, it has been found necessary to make a readjustment of rations." End quote. What is the term for such a substitution of a mild, indirect expression to replace a harsher, more...
Euphemism?
That is correct. Bonus number 1. U.S. baseball coach Ron Razier posed a metallurgical question at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Why do U.S. bats go ping while Japanese bats go boop? All Olympic bats are supposed to be identical and made of what single element?
That's not metal, right?
Carbon?
Iron.
Ooh,
Hey,
iron.
metal.
Iron?
Iron.
Answer,
Oh,
Captain.
aluminum? Aluminum?
That is correct.
Okay, good job, Morgan.
Identify the largest of the weasels.
Mammoth weasel.
Go with it.
Mammoth weasel.
That's not correct. Wolverines. Wolverines. Question number 15. What series of conflicts between the British and the French in North America corresponded to more general wars in Europe, including the War of the Grand Alliance, the War of the Spanish Succession, the War of the Austrian Succession, and the 7 Years'
The War of 1812?
That is not correct. I can repeat the question for Crestview. What series of conflicts between the British and French in North America corresponded to more general wars in Europe, including the War of the Grand Alliance, the War of the Spanish Succession, the War of the Austrian Succession, and the 7 Years' War?
The French and Indian War.
That is correct. Bonus number 1. How is perioditis, a common childhood glandular inflammation, better known?
Answer, Captain.
Tonsillitis.
No, it was the mumps. The mumps. Question number 2. Repeated violent involuntary contracting and relaxing of muscles is called a what?
Spasm.
Yes, that is correct. Question number 16. What adjective describes any particles that are smaller than an atom?
Subatomic.
Yes, that is correct.
Good thing it wasn't.
Bonus question number 1. What is the greatest number of tangent lines that can be drawn for two circles that do not intersect?
Infinite.
No, the answer is 4. The answer is 4. Bonus question number 2. If a line segment has endpoints at 3, 6 and 9, 4, what are the coordinates of the midpoints of that segment?
Answer, Captain.
We don't know.
Okay, the answer is 6, 5. Okay, question number 17. On June 28, 1778, at the Battle of Monmouth, a woman they called Polly Molly Pitcher stepped in at one point to load artillery for her fallen husband. She is more famous, however, for bringing what to the troops?
Water.
Yes, that is correct. Bonus number 1. What is the term for an electrical connection deliberately made between the earth and a part of an electrical system?
Grounding. Grounding.
That is correct. Bonus number 2. Hang a weight from a rope and you introduce what force into the rope that opposes the weight?
Tension. Tension.
That is correct. Question number 18. What is the cube of the sides on a snowflake?
Time.
Okay, snowflake has 6 sides. The answer was 216. All right, question number 19. What 2 countries received the most from the U.S. under the Lend-Lease Act?
England and France?
That is not correct. Niceville, do you have an answer?
Germany?
That is not correct. The answer was Great Britain and Soviet Union. Question number 20. In what Ray Bradbury story is getting to a sun dome the goal of astronauts who crash on Venus during a perpetual rainstorm?
The Martian Chronicles?
No, that is not correct. Crestview?
Time.
Okay, the answer is the long rain. The long rain. Okay, question number 21. A new national law in the U.S. could result from a collaborative effort among a maximum of how many legislative officials?
3/4?
Sorry?
3/4?
That is not correct. Niceville, do you have an answer?
4.
That is not correct. It's 535. Question number 22. What sport popular on college campuses was originally a game of North American Indians in which the players first concentrated on injuring their opponents with their sticks before moving the ball to the goal?
Rugby?
That is not correct.
Lacrosse.
That is correct. Bonus number 1. These are excerpts from what novel? Excerpt number 1. I'm the most terrific liar you ever saw in your life. If I'm on my way to the store to buy a magazine and somebody asks me where I'm going, I'm liable to say I'm going to the opera. Excerpt number 2. You never worried with Jane whether your hand was sweaty or not. All you knew was you were happy. You really were.
Not a clue.
Mrs. Dalloway.
Answer, Captain.
Mrs. Dalloway.
That is not correct. The answer was Catcher in the Rye. The Catcher in the Rye. Bonus question number 2. This is from what novel? Actually, the Hitler broadcast from the 36 Olympics was the first television transmission of any power that went into space. That they recorded it and sent it back is simply a way of saying, hello, we heard you.
Any ideas? To Kill a Mockingbird.
That is not correct. The answer was Contact. The novel was Contact.
End of the match.
Okay, that is the end of the match. We'll be back in a moment with our final score. The final score for today's match was Niceville 265, Crestview 55. Congrats to our winners. Stay tuned for our next match. Thanks for joining us.